You've probably seen the headlines. Everyone's leaving Philadelphia. But this time, it's not just clickbait. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Pennsylvania has lost over 41,000 residents in just 3 years. The state is only one of a handful in the entire country that actually has a decreasing population. Philadelphia has lost about 30,000 residents since 2020. Delaware County is basically flat, with just gaining about 364 residents in that same time period. But there's one Pennsylvania county that's growing faster than just about anywhere else in the state. Chester County added 26,327 residents in the last 4 years. That's a 4.9% increase, while the rest of the state is on a decline. It's now the fastest growing county in southeastern Pennsylvania. So where's everybody going? And why are they choosing Chester County over anywhere else in southeastern PA? In this video, I'm going to show you the 4 specific towns that are absorbing most of the growth, the 3 main reasons that people are choosing these towns over any of the alternatives. I'm going to tell you exactly what the home prices are to get you into these communities, and I hope to share what it actually feels like to live there. If we haven't met, my name is Angela Beers. I've been a full-time realtor since 2014. I'm currently a Chester County real estate agent for over 5 years, and I've been happily and faithfully helping people just like you move in, around, and to the greater Philadelphia area. I would love an opportunity to connect, so my information is going to be readily available in the description. If you want to reach out, don't hesitate. In the meantime, let's get on to the rest of the video. First, let's talk about why people are leaving. Because if you don't understand the why, then you can't make sense of where they're going. There's 3 main patterns that I see in conversations that I'm having with my buyers right now. The first one is going to be property tax fatigue. In Philadelphia, even with the homestead exemption, most families are paying on average about $4,000 a year in property taxes. I was reading Philadelphia Magazine, and there was a resident in there. They were quoted as saying, "I just don't see the amenities for that." The translation that I hear most often is that they're paying for services and things that they just don't feel like they're actually getting. The second is going to be lifestyle deterioration. So one of my buyers actually said that the streets are dirty, there's many unsafe pockets of Philadelphia, and trash doesn't get picked up. As someone who lived in Center City, Philadelphia, I can attest that these things are actually true. It depends on where you are in the city, but you do see a lot of that. The pandemic accelerated remote work, which means people stopped commuting into the city. So the value of living in or near Center City basically evaporated. The third is a generational shift. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Gen Z is moving into Philadelphia at a pretty high rate. But everybody who's older than that seems to be moving out. So your millennials with young kids, definitely on the trend of moving out. Your Gen Xers who are looking for more value, as well as your empty nesters who are cashing in their equity of their property, are all moving in the same direction. Now, where they're going might actually surprise you because it's not where the headlines say. Chester County, specifically the Route 30 corridor. Let me break down some data for you. Pennsylvania as a state actually lost over 41,000 residents from 2020 to 2023. Chester County added nearly 27,000 residents, which is a 4.9% increase. According to the Suburban Realtor Alliance, that makes Chester County the fastest growing state in southeastern Pennsylvania. For context, the Philadelphia suburbs added about 90,000 new residents since 2020. Chester County accounted for a third of that growth. Here's what makes the data really interesting. Pennsylvania's trend overall is declining. So to see a county that's growing at this rate within a declining population state is a serious outlier. And there's 3 driving forces behind it. Number 1, housing supply. Although this can be a point of contention amongst those who love their open space in Chester County, this county is one of the few that's actually added meaningful new construction inventory. That means multifamily homes, townhomes, and single-family homes have all expanded in Chester County. Number 2 is going to be schools. Tredeffen Easttown, Downingtown, Great Valley, and Unionville Chadds Ford consistently rank top tier in the state of Pennsylvania. Number 3, commutability. With expanded hybrid work, and SEPTA's Paoli-Thorndale line access, Chester County offers something that Delco and Monco just can't. Beautiful spaces, great schools, and accessibility to Center City when you want it. But Chester County isn't homogeneous. There are 4 specific towns that are absorbing most of the growth. Let's go through them. First is going to be Westchester. This is the borough most people move to when they think of Chester County. Walkable downtown, a real main street, great restaurant scene, the university, and easy access to Route 202. Your median price here is going to run anywhere from $6.25 to $7.75 plus. Days on market are short and hot properties move fast. Downtown, you're going to get a mix of historic-style homes. Out and further in the Westchester townships, you're going to see more colonial-style properties. You can find these in West Goshen, East Bradford, and then in that new construction pocket, you're going to be looking a little bit further out in Westtown. People that are moving here from Philadelphia are in search of really one thing. That's walkable urbanism with single-family ownership. You can walk to coffee, you can walk to restaurants, you can even walk to your kid's school. But you get to go home and hang out in the yard, your own private yard. That combination is rare in this region. Second up is going to be Malvern. If Westchester is the cultural anchor, then Malvern is the executive's destination. Easy SEPTA access with the Paoli-Thorndale line. The Great Valley Corridor Business District is right there. Tredeff and Easttown school districts, which are regularly ranked among the top public school districts in Pennsylvania. Your median home price here is going to run you anywhere from $675,000 to $800,000. Again, competitive market, multiple offer situation, and lower or fewer days on market. Malvern's price point runs higher than Westchester. But people shopping homes in Malvern are not shopping price. They're shopping commute and schools. I see a lot of families come here from Center City, Lower Merion, and Northwest Philadelphia just for the school districts. Third is going to be Phoenixville. Now, this is one that most outsiders don't know about. Once a steel town, Phoenixville has reinvented itself over the course of the last 15 years to be one of the most unique and interesting small downtowns in our region. Independent restaurants, breweries, the Colonial Theater, walkable Bridge Street, and the Schuylkill River Trail make this town really accessible and exciting. Your median home price here is going to vary. $475,000 to $572,000, but with certain home types and styles of homes, you could see as high as $650,000. The price point here is actually lower than Westchester and Malvern, but that is part of the appeal. You're getting Chester County schools and a downtown that has its own identity for what would have been Delco prices 5 years ago. Buyers I see here are typically young families and remote workers who want lifestyle and community more than acreage. Fourth up is going to be Kennett Square. This one's for my buyers who want space without losing access. The mushroom capital of the world, beautiful Brandywine Valley scenery, Longwood Gardens nearby, and a main street that feels like a smaller, slower version of Westchester. Median price here is going to run you about $629,000. The pace of life here is different from the rest of Chester County. It's a little bit slower. You're further away from Center City, Philadelphia, but that means you're also further away from congestion. Buyers I work with in Kennett Square are usually coming from someplace that's more dense. They're looking to trade that commute for quality of life. By the way, if you're considering a move to Chester County and thinking about one of these towns, the best thing to do is connect with a local that knows each of these areas block by block. My email is going to be directly in the description, as well as a link to contact me. You can schedule a quick phone call, and we can figure out what's going to meet not just your lifestyle, but your budget. Now, let's talk about what this means for you specifically. If you're a buyer, here's what you need to know. Westchester inventory has absolutely expanded over the course of the last year. However, it has not caught up with the demand in the most desirable school districts. Homes in Tredeff and Easttown, Downingtown area, and Unionville Chadds Ford are still seeing multiple offers, usually over asking, and much shorter days on market. Outside of those districts, you do have a little bit more negotiating room than you did a year ago. Days on market have stretched. Sellers are offering more concessions. And buyers do have a little bit more breathing room while they look for the right home. Here's the mistake that I see buyers making in today's market. After reading headlines, they may have assumed that nationally, the real estate market has cooled. That might make them think that they have more leverage here, but they don't. Chester County is hyperlocal. Westchester may be offering a home at $650,000. That home is still going to see multiple offers and be off the market within 3 to 5 days. A home in a less desirable pocket may be sitting on the market for as long as 60 days. You have to know which side of the line the home that you're looking at rests on. Now, that's a judgment call that really begs for a deeper conversation with a local professional and not just a Zillow search. If you do not have someone that can offer you that read and give you that detailed information, you may overspend in a hot pocket or spend a month chasing listings in the wrong area. Now, if you are a seller, here's what you need to know. A seller right now in Chester County still has an incredible opportunity. We are still seeing strong demand in those school district anchored areas. With that being said, pricing is more important now than it has been in years. The days of throwing a number at the market and watching offers roll in is definitely over. Buyers are far more discerning these days than they were in the past. I'm going to give you a real life example from a transaction that I recently did. Now, this is going to be focused specifically in Unionville, Chadds Ford School District. I had a beautiful colonial home on 3.5 acres, 5 bedroom, 3.5 bath. Could use some updating, certainly wasn't in perfect condition. So I knew we needed to price it right. I priced it at $750, and in 2 days, literally over the weekend, we had about 20 showings. It sold for cash at $820,000, no contingencies. Now, you take a similar home that was listed just a few blocks away, same school district, 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath, sat on 3.3 acres. Nice home, actually in a little bit better condition than mine. That house came on the market at $975,000. It sat on the market for nearly 100 days and ended up closing at $825,000. This is a great example of why pricing matters more now than ever. The market rewards preparation and it punishes guessing. If you are thinking about listing your home in the next 90 days, this is a conversation worth having right now, not the week before you decide to go on the market. So that's the real story. Pennsylvania is shrinking. Philadelphia is still trying to digest its population loss. Chester County is growing fast, and it's growing faster than anywhere else in the state, and it's growing for specific reasons in specific towns. If you want to talk through your situation, whether you're moving to the area or considering selling, my contact information is going to be in the description. I will give you the straight read on what's happening in your specific area and specific price point. And if you want to see what daily life in Westchester looks like, you can click on the link below. I walked through the borough and I showed you everything that you would most likely see on any given Saturday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.